Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafters, welcome to my channel here. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today we're going to make a really cool card using the Love from Lizi February 2024 card kit called Make a Wish. I'll leave a link to my unboxing down below, as well as there will be links in the description to the products I use, to Lizi's website, to the other design team members who are making fabulous cards with this kit to help inspire you, and to everything else you might need. Have a look in the description below. Okay, so this card is going to be a 6x6 card. It's going to open, and in the center we're going to have a heart that'll pop up. We'll have our ephemera on that. We'll have sentiments either side. So this is going to be a Valentine card. I know, you're thinking, Simone, how are you making it a Valentine card? Well, for one, I'm going to use some hearts from Lizi's website, and I'm also going to use a couple of sentiments from my stash because I couldn't find anything that would really work for a Valentine card. So Lizi, if you're watching, we'd love some sentiments for Valentine's, wedding, anniversary, that kind of thing. Lovey-dovey. Yeah, would be great. So yeah, I have everything here, and we're going to have a look now at what we're going to need. So first of all, you will need a piece of 12x6 scored at 6. Now, I have shown you in previous videos how you can make a 6x6-ish card. I leave a link to that down below, but it's a little bit smaller. You can use an A4 piece of cardstock. So you'll have an A4 which measures 11 3/4 by 6, and then score it at 5 7/8. And that way you'll have a 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 card. Onto that then you'd need a piece of glitter cardstock, pattern paper, whatever you're using, and that'll need to be 5 5/8 by 5 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and that'll give you the look of a 6x6 card, just a tiny bit smaller, using what you have in your stash. If you have a 12x12 sheet of cardstock or a 6x6 ready-made card, then you can use the measurements that I will pop down below. So my sparkle card, my glitter card, measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and that's going on our 6x6 card base. Okay, so we're also going to die cut into this piece, and I love this because it's got the rainbow colors on it, and I hope my camera and the light in the room is picking it up. Isn't it fabulous? This is a non-shed glitter cardstock, so it's fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heart-shaped dies, and I'm going to take the largest one, and I'm going to die cut my heart out of that, and I'm going to center it in this piece, but I'm going to kind of have it tilted at an angle so it'll sit like that on my pattern, on my glitter cardstock. That way I can use this piece as a frame with the heart die cut out. I'm going to stamp a sentiment then on the white background that'll be left exposed in here. The heart then I'm going to use in the inside for my pop-up. So what else am I using? I'll need a mechanism for my heart to pop up when the card is opened, and I have two pieces here. They measure 5 by 1.5, and I'm going to do some scoring on those, and I'll do that with you now in a moment. I'm also going to use the peel-offs that came in the kit. That's going to embellish this card. I'm going to use one of our lovely little lash fairies, and that's going to sit on my heart and pop up when the heart pops up. I'm also going to use Hope Your Day is Magical As You Are on the inside, on one side of the card base, and on the other side of the card base I'm going to use this. This is a stamp set from my stash. I'm going to stamp the Happy Valentines on the outside where we've die cut out our heart, and then inside I'm going to stamp I followed my heart and it led me to you. So this will kind of bring that the Valentine vibe that I want. So yeah, that's all the pieces that I'm going to use for this. What we need to do now is do some scoring on these two pieces. So I'm going to do that next. So with my scoreboard, I'm going to score this on the long side at 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 and 4. I'll do that again on the second piece at 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to fold these then into mountain folds. All of them will be mountain folds. And once we have that done, I'll then glue these together. So I'm going to join these to make a cube. I'll do it with both of them. I'll then glue these together like so. And that way then when we open our card, our heart will sit on top of these. But when we close our card, these will come together like so. And it allows our card to close. So our heart will have a score line down through that. And I'll score that once I've die cut that out. That's the next thing I'm going to do. But it'll then sit in between these two pieces. And these will then, they'll sit on our card base right over the score line. So go ahead and score these 2 strips as I've shown you. Die cut out your card, your heart on your glitter cardstock, and then come back to me. So I've die cut out my little heart now, and I love the lace effect around the edge. I just think it's so cool. And we've also got our piece for the front, and that'll sit on our card base at the front like so, and we can stamp our sentiment in here. What I'm going to do is take my peel offs and wrap them across here. They'll come around the other side, and then where they finish up, they'll be hidden behind our glitter cardstock. You'll just see the little piece either side here, and I think that'll be really lovely. You could raise this up on some foam tape if you want a bit of dimension, but I'm going to put this straight down. I'm going to glue this straight down like so. So we have our heart shape here. Now we need to, you can either just fold this in half or score it. I'm going to bring in my scoreboard and score it, and I have a nice line down the center there, so it'll help me to score that. So I'm going to very carefully score that through the middle. I don't want to tear it. And then this will fold in half like so. And I'll just encourage it into shape like that. Lovely. So when our card closes, our heart will close, and when our card opens, our heart pops up. And then I'm going to pop my little fairy on top like that. She'll either go one side or the other, and she'll sit inside our card. So let's go ahead now and do some stamping next. So now I've opened my card base up and I have my heart, and I know that that is going to sit along the score line there. So my sentiments need to be over here and over here. So the first one I'm going to look at is the one from the kit that says "Have a Magical Day," and I want to put that one over here. So I think I'll pop that one, or hope your day is as magical as you are. I think I'll pop that there. We'll have a look and see how straight it is. And I think that one will be perfect. So I'm going to take my Nocturne ink and I'm going to stamp that down. And now that I have that done, I can stamp my sentiment on my other side. So again, I will pop the heart back down so I have an idea of where I'm stamping. I'm going to move my card base over. I'll add my magnets to it. And then I have a good idea where I'll need to stamp my sentiment. And then I'll pop my sentiment down. I followed my heart and it led me to you. So I'll pop that there. I might actually so I'm happy enough with that now. What we need to do is take our little mechanisms, add them into our card, and then put our heart, etc. onto it. So I'm going to tidy up here. I'm going to do the same stamping with my little twinkle stars, and then I'm going to go on to the mechanism. So I'm not going to show you me stamping in here. I'm just going to move on to the mechanism with you, but I will do that now myself. So you can see now I've all my little twinkles down. What we need to do now is look at our mechanism. So I have these two of those there. We're going to use some of our quick grab glue. I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer glue, but you can use whatever you have in your stash. You're going to add some glue to one of the little tab sides here. And then we're going to fold it flat. So we're folding on the second line here. We've added some glue to that first square. And now we're going to fold this one over. Now, if it goes to push up like what my one is doing, just trim a little piece off using your scissors. So I'm going to trim a little bit off there. You can see that's what I've trimmed off. I'm going to lay that down flat and then fold this one over. So you can do that before you actually glue it and make it easier. So I'll show you again with this one. We're going to fold over on the second score line. We're going to add glue here and then we're going to fold over. And like I said, if it's kind of pushing out on you, then cut a little bit off that end here. So we'll see now, and it folds flat perfectly. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, fold over on your second score line, add a little bit of liquid adhesive. You can use double-sided tape if you like. Then this little tab here, we're going to fold over on top. Add a little bit of pressure and allow that to dry. And then once they're dried, we're going to add the two of these together. So this is the squares we've glued down, and these are the two squares we've glued down. I'm going to glue those two together like so. So you can see there where our squares have been glued together. I'll add a little bit of glue onto one side. It doesn't really matter what one you glue onto. That's the one I tend to do. So we have our glue here, and I'm going to butt this one up against it and glue the two together. And then you can fold them flat. So you can see our two squares have been glued there right through the middle. So you have our cubes, you could say. And what we're going to do is we're going to push up on the outside ones like that. And that's how our mechanism works. So you can pull them back down, and if you again push on the two outside ones, they'll just fold up like that. You might need to give them a little hand. You can fold them down the ways if you want, but as long as those two sides that you've glued stay together, that's how it's going to work. And then we're going to join this on the back side here, and it'll join right through the score line. I hope you can see that there. It'll join, they'll join onto the score line. So when our card closes, these will close up like that. So we're going to add them down onto our card base, remembering that our heart is going to sit on them. So you don't want to bring it too low or your heart will be down. Make sure you kind of bring it to the middle if that's where you want your heart to be, and it'll pop up that high. And the height, the inch wide, defines how high up off our card base it'll be. So it'll lift up an inch off it. So I'm going to take my little mechanism. I'm going to add some glue onto these two squares now. And you can see that's where they were joined together. So I'm going to face these down onto my card, and I'm going to stick them right over the score line. Right over the score line there, and that should fold then down. You will have a little bit of bulk in there, but there's not a whole lot. That'll still fit into an envelope. So now, and when we open our card, it opens right up, and I'm just adding a little bit of pressure there underneath so that our cubes glue down. And now we can add down our heart. And our heart is going to sit on here. So where our heart folds in half, that's going to match up with the two cubes where they join together, and it also matches our score line. So you can do one at a time if you want, and then glue the other side down, or you can do them both together. And I like to risk it. So I'm going to glue the two together. So I have my heart folded in half. I'm going to stand up now and look down so I can judge where I want, because I don't want it up too much. I want it really set more or less in the middle. So I'm going to stick it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my card over. And you can see where the fold in our heart is meeting where the two cubes close. And then I'm going to press that down. Now I'm going to give it a minute for that to take, and then I'll have a little peek. I can see that that's worked, and you can see there then that is how our mechanism works with our little heart on it. And you can see we have all our lovely stamping and everything there. And if you get a little smudge like what I've got, you can just take your stamp another little bit on it. No one will notice. So now we have our mechanism in, our heart in. We need to put our panel on the front and glue that down. And then we need to add our little fairy and any little bling that you want to add in. I have taken my little punch. I have a heart punch in my stash. I have used that. It's this little one here. And I have punched out some of the random strips from my glitter cardstock. So I'm going to add some of those. So I'll be able to actually take one of those little hearts, look, and punch that over. I used some of these on my previous card. So that's what I'm going to do there. And that'll cover up my little smudge. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue the outside panel down. And you can use whatever glue you like. I'm going to use my Collal glue, and the reason for that is because it'll dry nice and hard. So I'm going to go ahead now and add that on the front. So the only thing I didn't use was the peel-offs because I felt there's enough going on in the card, but I have to say I do love this. It's so cute. Look at that. I mean, I've kept the front fairly simple because I want it to be about the inside when you open it. This would make, I think, a great Valentine card as well. But I just think with the blonde hair, this is very much my color. So for my hubby, it's like me, you know, Fairy Simone sprinkling a little love. I just like this. I think it's very cute. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a Valentine card. You could cut this opening here in a circle or in a square shape, and then you could do the same on the inside and embellish it. You could have the dragon on there with the little castle below, and do your sentiments the same. You could put happy birthday here and hope your day is as magical as you are. You could have your castle down here even. So I mean, this would make as good a birthday card as it would a Valentine's card. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today showing you how to make this pop-up heart card. Yeah, using the kit from Love from Lizi. It's the Make-A-Wish kit from February 2024. And as I said in the beginning, all the links will be down below in the description. If you've enjoyed this card make and you make one similar, I'd love for you to share it on my Facebook group called Your Cards and Crafts, or on Lizi's has a Facebook group as well, and the links to those are down below. And like I said, the other design team members are sharing cards now as well using this kit, so I hope you'll pop over. Links are below and you can be inspired by their makes as well. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. Until next time, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again really soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye bye.